Hey guys, Johnny Thompson here with two-time major champion Xander Schauffele, a lover of speed.
What can I say?
So we're here today, Quantum drivers. Xander's in a Quantum TD, 10.5 at NS. We're gonna have him talk us through a little bit of what he's seeing with this new driver, with the new Tri-Force face. He'll get into it. He has a great breakdown. He's got it down now.
Kind of.
And pretty good swinger of the golf club. So let's hit a few and talk about what you're seeing with this driver.
Yeah. New Quantum driver. Looks like an old friend of mine, to be fair. Something I've played very well with, so super pumped on that. Pretty flexible with the weighting in the back. I wouldn't be able to describe what I did to make it work, but just know that whatever issues or problems you need to solve, they can make it work for you with this discrete weight port here and the weight port in front, so they can move it around.
Go get fit.
That's correct.
At a PGA Tour Superstore. So talk a little bit about like what you've seen in the bias. So you know how you deliver the golf club and you make a good golf swing. Like tell me about the bias of this.
I mean, I like to turn the ball both ways, so I try to have a pretty neutral head. I feel like if anything, for me, the club face needs to sit a certain way. So with the triple diamond, it just, I don't know. I mean, it sits like home. It sits how I'm used to looking at clubs. I can't really speak more to that than what you may know, but yeah, it feels pretty neutral. So I'm very happy with that. If you want it more draw bias or fade bias, you can definitely do that.
So a lot of people at home, like the triple diamond family coincided with Xander's relationship with Callaway. He had a lot to do with designing the shape of this driver, the CG bias. And each year we've had a triple diamond model. We've made incremental changes to make it even better. You know, starting with AI, that was a huge jump in controlling launch and spin and keeping ball speed up on miss hits. But now with the Tri-Force face, we've added even more ball speed into that AI, because AI is still involved. The topography of the face still looks very similar to the past, but we had a whole year to dump in swing data. So it just keeps evolving with AI. So every year AI is pumping out a face that's even that much more dialed in for all those spots on the face. Like you don't ever miss the center.
I miss it plenty, but it's hard to tell with
well, that's the goal.
The new technology.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Like that was a little bit off the toe, but
a little 1 yard dripper.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much the flight I was looking for.
How about sound and feel this year?
Yeah, I'm a fan of, it's such personal preference. Me personally, I like sort of, I don't know if you'd call it like a deeper sound, not hollow, but not the opposite of pingy.
Yeah.
Whatever that would be. I don't like anything that's too loud.
Yeah.
What's up?
Awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Now that poly mesh that binds the titanium face and the carbon, it's definitely changed the pitch of the driver, and it's a very unique sound. I think a lot of people, you know, we were just at RSM introducing drivers to PGA Tour players, and sound was one of the biggest things they were very excited about.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Xander's got more speed in this Quantum Triple Diamond driver, but I do want you to just touch a little bit on, because I find it interesting. I love, like, you know, we talk about golf clubs all the time, and I know you, and I like to know more about the personal side. And the one thing I've noticed with you over the last 4 or 5 years is how much more speed you've picked up, just swing speed, and just talk a little bit about where some of that's come from.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, technology is obviously your best friend, but week in, week out, I'd say I just been trying to just work a little bit harder at home and on the road, whether it's weight training or with your physio or things of that nature. So it's a nice matchup when you have a club that's long and forgiving, and then you can add a little bit of extra juice on top. It's kind of a win-win.
Yeah, because then, you know, we look at analytics a ton at Callaway and PGA Tour, and the one thing that is just so obvious is that there's an advantage of being long versus accurate. Like it's a 2-to-1 ratio.
Sure.
Like obviously you got to be some form of accurate, but if you can have gains in distance, like your strokes gained almost outpaces what, you know, say one fairway more around is outpaced by 5 yards longer.
Yeah.
That's wild now.
It feels that way. The game's definitely trending that way. So, another thing too would be just getting the matchup with spin and launches is huge. I'd say I had some speed, but it's definitely been sort of unleashed on top of everything else that we've been working on. Just getting the angle of attack to sort of match whatever shot I'm hitting. You know, I think I was maybe 1 or 2 down in the past, and you know, I'm closer to level now when I'm hitting a fade, and maybe even up 1 or 2, kind of hitting up and out at draws. So those are just gonna, I think it makes fitting a lot easier. You can kind of fit around anything because all the drivers I've had have always been really good, but just in terms of distance, I think that's sort of what's made me have an even bigger leap.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that triple diamond has got a nice little high fade bomb.
Fade going on it, yeah.
It's pretty good. Let's have some fun. So,
okay.
People at home, there's golfers of all walks of life.
Yeah.
You play a triple diamond.
I do.
You're an elite golfer. So a lot of people at home don't swing it as good as you do. Maybe they need a little more forgiveness. I want to have you hit the Quantum Max, which is a very neutral driver, but it's a bigger head, it's a bigger footprint, higher MOI. Still have Tri-Force in there, so the speed's up. But I want you to kind of tell the people at home what you see out of something that fits the majority.
Absolutely. All right.
All right. So you're going to teach the people at home about Quantum Max.
I mean, so this may sound weird, but this driver I've hit maxes in the past, and they just went straighter.
Yeah.
Is that sort of?
Yeah. Like harder shape, so like triple.
Harder shape, yeah. So it sounds weird, but I like to, like I said, curve the ball a lot. Yeah. But if I'm just going to try and hit it as straight as possible every time I tee it up, this would be the driver to hit.
Sounds like something we all should.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But it's true, because triple diamond has a shorter heel to toe. It's a little bit shorter back to front. So when you get a little bit more of a smaller package, it's easier to manipulate the face and, you know, keep open for the fades or release harder on the draws.
Okay.
So yeah.
Slightly different sound. Sounds nice though.
Yeah.
Kind of that
opposite of tingy, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, Tri-Force sort of face sound you're talking about earlier.
How's it look? So that's the NS setting. How to talk about facing on things like that.
Yeah, it looks good. Decal on there is nice if you're kind of into decals.
Yeah.
You have a nice Callaway decal there. Sits really nice. Yeah, I mean, I'd say the overall shape of it's, I guess, like this side of it looks a little bit bigger than mine.
Yeah. Stretch, yeah.
A little stretched out, yeah.
Yep.
So, but it sits nice.
You're going to pick up a little bit of spin too, because with that CG being back a little bit deeper, that's going to add a little bit of spin.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's pretty funny. I was sitting there trying to hit a fade off that left quantum flag, like with my triple diamond, and it kind of just went dead straight.
Dead straight. Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, Quantum Max is too straight for Xander. So maybe for those at home that have a little bit more curve, try out Quantum Max.
It'll go straight.
Xander Schauffele, triple diamond connoisseur. I'm kind of a triple diamond max guy, but
yeah.
I could go for the in-betweener. But look for him holding trophies. I'll see you guys on the course.